A lot of homemakers struggle with clutter, and decluttering is a big deal in our homemaking journey. My name is Olufumi Odumuagun. I am a homemaking coach, and I share different types of homemaking content that can change the trajectory of your home for good. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please kindly do so now, because you will get content that will change your life and your home for good. And kindly do well to like my videos if you haven't done so already. So let's get started with this issue of decluttering. You've heard about declutter, but trust me, decluttering can be a very difficult and intimidating action for every homemaker to keep up with. It is absolutely not easy to declutter. However, I'm going to talk about how clutter affects your life. Clutter is affecting your life negatively. You might not know, but having so much clutter around you disrupts your emotions and disrupts your functionality. Having too much clutter can affect your peace of mind. It can cause stress. It can make your home a mess, and when your home is a mess, you start to feel guilty too much, and it can cause anxiety on the long run. Trust me, having so much clutter is not healthy. So as a homemaker, you need to incorporate routines of decluttering. In fact, you need to make it a habit that you do on a daily basis, or even weekly, or as often as you can afford to. And on the long run, you're going to thank yourself for it. Decluttering is beneficial for you. It's the will of God for you. Bible says that whoever is holding on to things more than is required is going to tend to poverty. That if you don't declutter, if you don't learn to give out things, if you don't learn to trash things that you don't need or scatter abroad, you find out that it will begin to affect your mind, and you will just be holding on to things that you don't need. Before I get started with the step-by-step ways which you can declutter your home, I'll just talk about the benefits. I've mentioned some of them already, but decluttering will help you to be able to clean your home better. So if you are struggling with having a clean house every now and then, there's a high chance that you have a whole lot of clutter in your house. You have a lot of things that you don't need on a day-to-day in your house or around you, and you need to get rid of them or know how to keep them in spaces that they should be until you need them. Also, if you are struggling with clear mind, that is, your mind is always chaotic, you're finding it difficult to focus, to do anything, there's a high chance that your home is full of clutter. The second benefit of decluttering is it helps your mind to get clearer. When you declutter, you find out that you have more enthusiasm to work. You'll be able to do all that you have to do with so much enthusiasm and with positive energy. Decluttering also helps you to make room for hospitality. That is, you can accommodate more, you can do more for your children, for visitors, because everywhere is not muddled up, and you can even have space to do things that you should do or that you should be doing in your home. Actually, some of us cannot dance or even jump around in our home just because everywhere is filled with one thing or the other. And trust me, this issue of decluttering is not only about how big or small your house is. Learning the act of decluttering will help you to understand how much things that you can accommodate in your house per time, based on the size of your house, based on what you have already in your house, and lots more. Also, decluttering will help your prayer life, it will help your creativity. You know, there's this saying that cleanliness is next to godliness. When you have a clean space, you tend to be freer to do everything that you have to do. Your mind will be clear, you'll be able to worship God without constantly thinking about 1 million things that is standing in your way or you're bumping into. Some of us cannot even walk up and down and pray in our house. We will keep bumping into things because everywhere is full of different things that you don't need. So now I'm going to talk about how to start decluttering. Don't forget that decluttering is the will of God for your life. Bible says, let everything be done in an organized manner. So if you really want to follow this biblical principle and you want to live to the fullest, you need to begin to practice this action. So the first thing I will say is start now, start small. Decluttering is a lifelong activity that you keep doing every now and then. So don't procrastinate it. Don't bother saying, oh, next week I'll clear everywhere. It's not something that you finish doing. So when you are aware of this, you know that you should start now. Every little thing that you can do, open one drawer, one box, check things out on a daily basis whenever you have free time. Whatever you don't need, give it out. Even if it's still good, give it out. Whatever you don't need now, take it out or take it to a place where you don't really go to, maybe a store or garage, somewhere that will allow your home to have more space. But start now and start small. Don't try to declutter at once. That is one of the lies of the enemy. You want to do everything at once, so you end up procrastinating until that big day and you never do it. But when you start now and start small, you will realize that today I can just deal with my kitchen cabinets. Tomorrow I can just pick one drawer and sort things out with a drawer, and on like that. You don't have to do everything together at the same time and on the same day. The second thing I want to say is learn how to ask the right questions about everything that you own in your house. So when you run into that clothes, that pot, that toy, ask yourself, do I use this regularly? Does this thing serve any purpose? Does it bring joy to me or to anybody in this house? Ask yourself very well, like, why am I keeping these bottles here? Almost everybody is guilty of this. Or let me say, I can be also very guilty of this. Sometimes you just keep things because you feel that you will need it, and 20 years, you've not still used it. Some of us are keeping plates in our house. We don't use them. Why did you buy them? Fancy plates. If you know that you won't use it, don't buy it. So the second question is, does this serve a purpose? Does it bring joy to me? That plate, is it serving any purpose or is just a decoration? The third question is, will I buy this thing again? Like, if I come across this thing again, will I still buy it? When you begin to ask yourself these things, it will help you to reflect if you should throw some things out and keep some things. Some of us are using plates that are bad in our houses. We are using trolleys, plate racks that are destroyed, while we have a better one in the store that you kept. Quit that habit today. Bring out the good things, the functional things, the best things. Use the best things in your home and throw out those inferior items. Stop keeping those things for any special day. Every day is a special day. Okay, every day is a special day. Use those items and declutter those ones that are old or bad already. So the third thing I would say is create a decluttering habit. If possible, paste things on your wall that reminds you to declutter. When you have the habit of decluttering, you will get better at it with time. Like I said earlier, it's not one habit that you do once in a year, it's a lifelong habit. So I will say every now and then have this mindset that you can donate items. So whenever you find that item in your house that you're not really using, label it for donation, label it for storage, label it for throwing away, as the case may be. And when you label it, you can learn to create a box or a basket. I usually do have a bag where I keep things I want to give out. Just go and put it there. That way you find out that you're decluttering. Anything you don't need that you think is still useful, you can give it to someone else. Keep it in the donation box. You can have a box or a bag for things that you want to trash out. Just make it a constant habit that whenever you see things that is not useful, keep it in a labeled place. That helps your mind and begins to build that habit in you of decluttering. Also, you want to declutter daily, like as much as you can. Every day, reflect. Think about things that you don't need in your home. In fact, declutter your mind. What are those thoughts that keep coming to you that are not necessary, that are not helpful? What are those friendships, habits that are not necessary or helpful? Get rid of them on a daily basis. Learn to make declutter a habit. When you do this, it will help you with even your household cleaning, with your mindset. You find out that you begin to weed out things that you don't need from your life generally. Also, another thing that you need to do is to begin to pray about this decluttering thing. Honestly, some of us have a spiritual problem with declutter or with clutter. I'm serious. There's a Yoruba proverb that my mommy usually say, or people say generally, that èyí da èyí wúlò, òun ló jẹ́ kí ẹrù wèrè kó pọ̀ or ẹrù tailor kó pọ̀. Like, you just keep putting things together because you think you use them, like I said, and before you know it, you are just seen as a mad person or as a tailor. I think tailors do that a lot. You keep a lot of materials, pieces, just because you feel that you will need it one time or the other. So I'm trying to interpret that proverb, like just because you think everything in this world will be useful, you end up holding on to things, and before you know it, you begin to appear like a mad person. It's a mad, you know how a mad person looks. They usually have a lot of load that they are carrying, and you know, when you open those things or dismantle it, you find out that most of them are just useless or not useful. So God wants us to let go of that spirit that helps you to just hold on to things, acquire things without any purpose for them. So as I mentioned earlier, it's something that you might want to take to God in prayers. If you think that you have a spiritual problem with clutter, you just keep acquiring things, buying things that you don't need, and keeping things that you should have given out. Check your wardrobe. If there are clothes in it that you've not worn for 5 years, 3 years, give them out to people who need them actually, or throw them away. So that way you find out that you are decluttering. Also, there is another tip I want to share, which is the one in, one out. When you're buying something, you can have this one in, one out mentality. That is, this thing I'm buying, is it replacing anything? Do I have something similar to it in the house? If you do, then give that thing out or trash the other one that you have. Stop buying things upon things. Some of us have toys for our kids that do similar things, but you keep buying it because you are not mindful about what you're doing. You're not mindful about clutter. Before you buy every single thing, evaluate, do I have this thing already at home? Does it need replacement? Is it still good? Then drop it at the store. Trust me, when you have the declutter mindset, it will save you a whole lot of troubles, and it will even help you to begin to build your finances. You will become financially responsible, and a whole lot of benefits that comes from decluttering. I hope you begin to declutter today and declutter effectively. If this video helped you, please kindly like it, share, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. Bye.